Deep thinking is one of the greatest powers a person can develop. Most people live at the surface of their mind. They react quickly, follow emotions, protect themselves, and make decisions from impulse. But when someone rises above reaction and begins to think deeply, their entire life changes. They see people differently. They make wiser choices. They understand hearts, not just behavior, and their influence becomes powerful. There is a way of thinking that goes beyond what you feel in the moment. It's deeper than emotion and more stable than instinct. It is the kind of thinking that allows you to consider how your decisions affect the people around you. When you begin to live with this kind of mind, you become someone others trust, someone who brings peace, someone who understands rather than reacts. Let me tell you a story. In a small Midwest town, a middle school teacher named Mrs. Landry had a classroom full of loud, shy, confident, and confused students. But one student, Evan, stood out. He never spoke, never did homework, always sat alone. Most teachers looked at him and saw a problem. They labeled him lazy or unmotivated. But Mrs. Landry did something rare. She didn't judge him from the surface. She began arriving early every morning just to sit with him. No pressure, no lectures, just quiet presence. Over time, Evan opened up. She discovered the truth. Evan wasn't lazy. Every morning he woke up at 4 to take care of his 2 younger siblings because his single mother worked night shifts. He cooked their breakfast, prepared their backpacks, and got them ready for school. He wasn't irresponsible. He was overwhelmed. Mrs. Landry's heart broke. She realized that every adult who judged him had never looked deeply enough to understand. She contacted support programs, arranged tutoring, bought him supplies, and became the first adult who really saw him. Years later, Evan returned to that same school as a counselor, helping kids who felt invisible, because one teacher chose deep thinking instead of shallow assumptions. That is the power of deep thought. It doesn't come from intellect. It comes from compassion. It comes from the willingness to pause, look beneath the surface, and understand the heart behind the behavior. When people think only on the first level, they react. They get offended easily. They judge quickly. They focus only on themselves. This creates tension, conflict, and misunderstanding. But when someone rises to deeper thinking, they stop reacting and start observing. They look at situations from different angles. They think about how someone might be feeling. They reflect before responding. And because of this, they avoid many unnecessary problems. Let me tell you another powerful example. In a small Texas border town, there was a mechanic named Carlos. His community was falling apart. A major factory closed, businesses died, people lost jobs, and families began moving away. The town looked hopeless. Carlos had every reason to focus on himself, but one night he told his wife, "If we wait for someone else to fix this town, there will be nothing left to save." He didn't have money or political influence, but he had his hands. He could fix engines. So he started with what he had. He repaired cars for single mothers at almost no cost. He taught teenagers how to fix engines after school. He helped fathers get their cars running so they could go to job interviews. Something beautiful happened. Teenagers gained skills and confidence. Parents were able to work again. A nonprofit donated tools. Local shops reopened. A small training center started. The town slowly came back to life, all because one man thought deeply about how he could help others with what he had. Carlos didn't rebuild his community through power or wealth. He rebuilt it through deep thinking, a mind that asks, "What can I do for the people around me?" This kind of thinking transforms families, workplaces, schools, and even entire cities. Deep thinking always leads to compassion, and compassion always leads to action. When you think deeply, you notice things others ignore. You see pain behind silence. You see fear behind anger. You see insecurity behind attitude. Most people don't look that far. They only see behavior. Deep thinkers see the heart behind behavior. A person who thinks deeply for others becomes a source of stability. They bring peace, trust, and understanding. They lift the atmosphere of any room they walk into. They help people feel safe and acknowledged. One more story shows how transformative deep thinking can be. In Kenya, in a rural village called Kiambu, children walked 8 miles every day just to collect clean water. Many missed school because the journey took so long. A young woman named Wanjiku was elected as local chief. She didn't have money or experience, but she had deep thinking. She said to herself, "If I can solve the water problem, I can save the next generation." She negotiated land use, spoke with engineers, contacted NGOs, gathered volunteers, and worked tirelessly. After 2 years, a new well was built. Children returned to school, farming improved, the local economy grew, families stayed instead of leaving. The village changed because one person thought deeply and lived for others. This is what deep thinking does. It looks beyond the moment. It looks beyond emotion. It looks beyond convenience. It searches for what will truly help. It asks different questions. A shallow thinker asks, "What do I get?" A deep thinker asks, "Who can I help?" A shallow thinker says, "Why are they like this?" A deep thinker asks, "What have they been through?" When you think deeply for others, your relationships transform. You become someone people trust. You avoid unnecessary conflict. You rise above jealousy, ego, and insecurity. You start living with clarity and purpose. You gain the ability to calm tense situations, understand hidden emotions, and make decisions that bring long-term peace. Deep thinking is not about being smart. It's about seeing clearly. It's about understanding hearts. It's about lifting others. The moment you begin to think deeply for the benefit of the people around you, your life becomes bigger, richer, and more beautiful. This is the kind of mind that strengthens families. This is the kind of mind that builds communities. This is the kind of mind that inspires change. This is the kind of mind that resets a generation. This is deep thinking for the benefit of others. This is Mental Reset.